Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Seems like there are some people in the chat. Hello, Border and Daddy Boardsy from Big Daddy Kanye. Guys obsessed with that word. I don't know. Don't know if I'm live yet. Okay. Maybe I'm live now. Seems like I'm live. Is everything okay with the audio? Have we had a technical difficulty-free launch to the stream? Defiance, hello. J-Hope, Drew, Big Daddy Kanye, Mio Uwu, Ozen, Justin, everybody, hello. How is it going? And Vin Lee. Play RJN music? It would be kind of good to start off the stream with, like, just a Rocket Jump Ninja song, like, to get everybody in, but I fear it's too late for that this stream. But that is a good idea for maybe the next stream. The OLED has been good. That's like a planted question, because I wanted to talk about the OLED. The one thing that pisses me off, the monitor itself, exceptional, but there's this firmware bug where sometimes it will revert to 360 hertz, and the only way to fix it is by toggling via RR, like on and off. It makes no sense. Like in control panel, it goes down to 360 hertz. There's no way to change it. That's just the one issue. Because sometimes I'll be like, wait, am I playing on 360 hertz? It'll always take me a few hours to realize, or I don't know. It's terrible. I know you're playing all good. I know the vision. Yeah, but it's honestly a great monitor. Is it worth like 1,000 plus? Probably not. I think you should get the Asus one if it's cheaper. And it's weird. Asus sent me an email and they were like, hey, how are you liking the monitor? Ours is better, by the way. And I was like, do you want to send me it? Like, why am I getting this email? And then I didn't hear back from them. So that was kind of odd. Somebody asked about the Aria 2. It's fine. It's really... the Zhaopen Z1 Pro or whatever, it's just a smaller version, so I think that's a better, smaller, cheaper egg alternative. But if you do want something like more Orochi sized, a bit like on the medium size of a shape like this, then this Aria 2 is probably great. The clicks do have a kind of like cheap, plasticky feel that I used to complain about. Then it seems like companies kind of got rid of it, but these are still more or less, you know. Is that the new PG-27 Q80p, whatever? No, this is the Sony version. It's like the same panel, but just like different firmware, yada yada. Also, I've been told you guys should like the stream early on in the stream, so that's one thing. It went out of stock so fucking fast. What, did the monitor or the Aria? You still main the Viper V3 Pro? I wouldn't say I'm maining it. It's just in the top rotation. I keep saying I'm going to make this like top 5 claw grip mouse video. It's truly going to come. And the mice that are going to be in it, it's going to be like XM2, GPX, Viper V3 Pro, Maya X, and then just like, top 5 will probably be like a Zowie mouse because, I don't know, I just feel like Zowie's so fucking good. And it's just a shame people let 4 milliseconds stop them from using Zowie. There might be other things stopping them from using Zowie, but I don't know. If you're a Zowie truther, the fucking click latency on like the wired mice all those years ago was like 10 plus, so I don't know. Finally got the Skyrex V8. What's your opinion on it? It's a really good, like, lightweight Pulsar X2H Mini shape clone. Good value, like, bang for your buck. Mine has a really bad, like, click quality, but if yours doesn't, you know, that's good. Skate recommendations? I don't fucking know. Like, especially now that I'm doing this 2-week, like, glass mousepad only challenge, just, I don't know, whatever, mousepad review speedrun. I've kind of like been using these glass focused skates, so I don't know. I think for the most part, X-Ray Pad Jades are very good. Jade Airs, I don't think there's really like a significant difference, but some mice like the PTFE stock skates, like from Endgame Gear, Lamzu, I've just used these for a while. X-Lite V4 is dropping. Is it? I think they emailed me about it. I didn't know if I was going to actually get one. Hey, Boardsy, have you experienced any sensor skips with the Akitsu on a glass pad? Not that I can recall, but that could very well be a thing. Are you going to review the Fury Level Z1? I have no idea what that is. I moved from Jades to Cyclones, and I'm loving them so far. Yeah, people were telling me to use the Obsidian, whatever the fucking gray Obsidians are called. I don't know why this is something that I just can't get the name down of. Are these the Pro Airs? See, the thing that confuses me is Air makes me think it's fast, but I don't know. Or they're just the Obsidian Pros? Whatever the gray ones are. These play like kind of weird and controlled on glass pads. It's like there's just like too much tug, I feel. It's like almost... like when you press in, there's a weird slowdown effect. What do you think about the G-Wolves HSK Plus? I really just don't like the HSK shape in any capacity, but that's just me. I also don't love the HTR, but I do like G-Wolf's other mice. I just think they should stick to full-size mice. Or honestly, let the fucking fingertip mouse people, let them eat. Your favorite mice? Pretty much anything you're seeing on my desk. Just like the Zowie Endgame Gear, Viper V3 Pro, GPX, Maya X. Those are my favorite mice at the moment. But there's just so many. There are so many good mice. That's the truth. Are you gonna review the upcoming G-Wolf's HSK Ultra? If they send me it. They haven't even sent me the HTX Mini, so I'm kind of behind on G-Wolf's mice. Somebody asked about the ULX competition, and it's just like a new gen ULX. The flat sides or the solid sides, they feel good. Weight feels good, but the click quality, which I mentioned in my review, like just the grinding feeling towards the top of the switch, it's really bad. Proper shame. Oh wait, I just realized I unmuted my video. Hopefully I wasn't playing for too long. Money aside, are the flat sides worth upgrading to competition? Like, if you have a standard ULX that's working well, good quality, is it worth another $200? No. That's what I would say. That would be my answer. Is the Beast X still one of your faves? It's not a mouse that I'm using, like, on a daily basis, just because, like I mentioned, there are so many mice. Like, there's only so many hours in a day for me to use different mice to actually get good amounts of testing on each mouse, so aside from the Beast X Max, which I've used a bit recently, comparing it to like the Viper V3 Pro, some of these like medium to large claw grip mice, I just have not been putting a ton of time on WO mouse. But I actually did put a bit of time on my Fabulous Beast Medium when the ULX comp came. You ordered the Glassworks Hana yet? No, but I think they'll be sending me one. But that is like, it's kind of just showing me like, what is the point of a review on a glass mousepad if it's going to be sold for $150 before anybody has it? Like, what's the point of reviewing it? I guess, like, to compare it to others, but it's just clear, like, the glass mousepad space has become like a hype beast reselling market kind of thing, rather than just caring about what the best feeling glass mousepad is. And I feel like this one, the Beast, is a really good glass mousepad, probably just better than the SkyPad 4.0. I've been comparing those, but yeah, I don't know what I really feel like the best glass pad is. Like the Wraith one, the Pulsar Superglide V2, these surfaces just aren't like, they're a bit, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for, like scratchy, not smooth enough. This one really feels great on my arm and shit. I've been on the glaze forever. Yeah, the glaze is really good. I honestly, probably the reason I don't use mine is just because it's so big for a glass mouse pad. Kind of just like put it away in storage and it's kind of just there. You still rocking a Beast X? Literally go back like 2 minutes. I just had this like long answer about how I don't really use the Beast X too much just because there's so many mice, except for the Beast X Max. Thoughts on the Viper V2 Pro in 2025? Like tech-wise, weight-wise, it's still like worth considering, especially if you can find it on some type of big sale. But the coating, I feel like the coating's really the weak point and potentially creaking. Harp Ace Mini review when? That'll be this week. It was just hard for me to like, I don't know. I was putting time on the XM2 mostly. You rocking a sleeve for the glass pad grind? No. I refuse to put on a sleeve. I don't know what it is. I've tried to come around to it, but ultimately at some point I'm just going to forget to put it on and then it's never going to come back on. But I'm happy with this Beast pad. I can actually use it without a sleeve. The same kind of goes for the SkyPad 4.0, but it just has a bit more like micro texture. Favorite Fortnite Pro? That's a good question. I mean, Peterbot is such a default answer. It's funny, I don't know how many of you guys will know him. He used to be a more prominent pro, Blackouts, the Brazilian. He was DMing me like he's glass pad pilled, and he was like, you just gotta put time on it. And he said that he plays 1% 6400 DPI, and I'm like, okay, this guy's he has Brazilian mechanics that I can't comprehend. So there's that. Is the Akitsu good? It's good. I don't think it really mogs the final mouse in any way, aside from like actual structural strength. I think it's a bit overhyped, but I mean, it's a solid alternative. I think the new batch with the improvements is better, so there's that. Glasspad enjoyers unite. There's just so many Glaspads. I was like doing the math. In the past like 2 weeks, if you want to buy every mouse Glasspad that released, you would pay over $1,000. Like, it's crazy. Your mustache is back. It is indeed. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like the mustache growth has been crazy. Can you do a mouse spin for us? Sure. I mean, these are more controlled skates. For some reason, the XM2, like these skates, really, just the stock PTFE skates are really fast. Have you seen the M-Chose L7? M-Chose DM'd me and they're like, hey, you want to review a... Let me see what they said. Hey, we are about to launch a super light gaming mouse, only 39 grams. Would you like to get one sample to try, question mark? And I said, yes, I would, and I didn't hear anything. So is this the mouse, the M-Chose L7? Maybe. And there we have it. I mean, that is direct reporting. I should be getting one soon. Tim, can you guys read the DMs, like, through the monitor? This could potentially be leaking. Zebra Zero or Mousegate tier list news. Zebra Zero, I have nothing, so I'm not gonna give any false hope. But Mousegate tier list, the issue is I keep trying more skates, but what I've also realized is I'm never going to catch up to the skate market. So at some point, I just need to update it with like 20 more types of skates that I've tried, and then just actually make it. But yeah, I know I've led on you guys with the skate tier list, but that will come. Kavone with the $2. Kev1, I don't know how you say it. Best mouse skates for Final Mouse. Better than Ice V2? I mean, I'm just a big fan of X-Ray Pad skates. Like, I feel like something from their lineup will work for you, whether it be like Jade Airs if you want something fast, the Purple Obsidians if you want something a bit slower, or just like... But I don't think there have been any big improvements to like full-size mouse skates. But I have not tried the latest Corepad stuff. And also, is there anything from Nitrotech that I haven't tried, aside from like the aluminum skates? It's going to be an X2V2 Mini, but a touch narrower? Interesting. Yeah, it seems like China's started to steal the X2V2 Mini shape. Just all of Pulsar's shapes. It's a shame. Well, is it a shame? Who knows? The M64 Pro is on sale for $100, worth picking up. I think that's a better price. If you find the shape interesting, you want to try a unique ergo. I can't say it's going to have the quality, like the best quality on the market, but I think $100 is a fair price. Ultra Glides have a crazy deal right now. 8 sets of 20 different skates for $12. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But I ordered the Rensport skates on AliExpress and they just haven't showed up. So I don't know what to do with that. That also reminds me, since I got the ATK F1 Extreme, I can order another Chinese AliExpress mouse now. What should I get? Should I get the Z1 from... X1, Z1? ATK doesn't send me mice anymore. I made that one negative... Was it even negative? I made that one video and they were like, yeah, fuck the Americans. Is the ATK F1 Extreme good? It is. And mine, like, I'm just so shocked that it's still holding up quality-wise. The clicks are good. The build is good. It's not, like, my favorite mouse. It just feels too small to, like, claw grip. But it's really it's a damn good mouse for under $100. What should I get if I find the Zero X Soft too fast? I mean, if you want to stick with Artisan, you could try for a Type 99, but just in general, Zowie's releasing some new control pads. Thoughts on the VXE Mad R Major Plus? Does the Plus indicate, like, larger size? I haven't heard anything about it, or just the Major in general. I also don't know much, surprisingly. I've had the Mad R, so if you want the 3950 version and to pay a little bit more money, then maybe go with the Major. ATK or HitScan? If you're outside of the US or if you just want the cheaper mouse, ATK, really no doubt. If you want the slightly different shape, higher sensor position, and to not support like a stealing company like ATK, I guess the HitScan Hyperlight. But outside of the US, I guess they sell it on Max Gaming, but I don't know. Stig Surf with the 5 PLN. Why do I always... Is this... No, it's not Filipino peso. What is a PLN? Is that Poland money? Does Poland have their own money? Do you try Dot Jade skates? I've tried those in the past, but I don't think I have them on any mice in my rotation right now. What the hell is this message? Ver top 10 ergu miss vidoi. That is crazy. That's like one of the worst messages I've ever read. I don't like the Aqua Control too. Is it like too textured? Do you want something more smooth? I don't know. What's your number one current ergo? It's either the GPX Dex or the Vaxi E1. I'm guessing it's really the E1 because whenever I think I'd like a big ergo like the Dex or the Death Adder V3 Pro, eventually I just come to my senses. Polish Zloty. That is a crazy currency name, but I appreciate 5 of them. That can't be worth that much. I don't know. Not that I'm donation shaming. I'm just saying, like, what could 5 Polish monies be worth? 124 USD? That is big time. I appreciate it. Is the sensor problem still there with the V3 Pro? And what is the best side buttons for Fortnite that are clicky? The sensor problems, as far as I know, have been washed away in firmware updates, and nobody complains about it anymore, so can only assume it's been fixed. But best side buttons? I really think Zowie has some of the best side buttons, just like positioning wise. Nobody really does it like Zowie. Endgame gear, these are pretty good, but I don't know. A lot of companies have these like very small, skinny side buttons. It's like they're trying to copy like Logitech's design for the GPX, and I don't think that is the best. Have you heard about the Terra T-Volution mouse? No. Well, tell me all about it. Any comments on the Maya X? It's a really good mouse that's at position slightly cheaper than a lot of flagships like the GPX2, Viper V3 Pro. So if you're into those types of mice, you want something lighter, I think the Maya X is worth considering. Why no Piranha mouse mods? I don't believe in 3D prints. Like there has to be a reason, right? That I've tried at this point maybe 20 3D printed mice and I've never actually kept one in my rotation. And it can't just, like, they feel low quality. That's what it comes down to. I know some people like it. It's a way to push weight to an extreme point. But I just don't think the quality's dialed in. That's the truth. At least how I feel. ECDW news. I saw this message like 40 times. I have no news. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just genuinely don't know. Some people say a month. Some people say within 3 months. I don't know. How long do China mice usually last? Well, like, they don't disintegrate in your hand, but within a few days to weeks, a lot of them will start showing like some quality issues, especially with the buttons, maybe with like just shell integrity, stuff like that. Have I missed anything? Been at school and very busy for like 6 months. Any good releases? Yeah, honestly, a ton. Kind of like the entire OG market, like Zowie S2, Endgame Gear XM2, like these shapes have come back. A few good Vaxi releases, GPX decks. So there have been a lot of releases, honestly. But if you had a mouse 6 months ago, it'll still probably be plenty good. Final mouse delayed to Monday? Yeah, they didn't ship out any units on Friday, right? Maybe they're checking the click quality. I saw some message. Somebody asked if it's really unplayable. Like when actually just clicking on straight forward, I don't notice any issues. But if you do move your finger, I don't know how well you can hear it. But yeah, it's just no good. Sony InZone M10S, that is my monitor. What two mice are you giving away on Twitter? Wow, another great segue. I'm giving away the... Wait, hold on, let me pull up my Twitter, disable this. I'm giving away a GPX Dex and a WMS Beast X Max. So if you guys want to join this, I will pin the message. Is it just when moving your finger / click wobble? Yeah, it's just like just clicking it straight on, you won't notice anything. Clicking it down on the shell like this far, let's say your fingertip, you won't notice anything. But it's something that like you got to point out. It would make fucking any mouse feel low quality. Do you like LGG Saturn Pro? Yeah, it's very good if you want like some type of zero alternative, a bit smoother, more controlled. Do you know any alley mice to keep an eye out for 1111? MechKey sent me like some document with all of their sales, but I don't have like an extensive list. I was like, do I make an 1111 video? Do people outside of China even care about that? But if there's like a ton of sales, I'll obviously cover it. Can we get more angles of the ULX? Did you watch my review of it from like 2 days or whatever video I posted of it from 2 days ago? I think I showed it pretty well there, but yeah, it just looks like a black ULX, honestly. What's your most played games currently? Definitely Fortnite. The first week BO6 was out, maybe not even a week. First few days I played it, but that game just became so boring so quick. And also, like, I'm not even exceptionally good at COD, but whenever I play it with my friends, they just say I ruin their lobbies. So it's like, COD's a weird game in that regard. Is the XM2 Wii good? I wouldn't if you can find it for like $70 or less, it's probably worth considering, but I would just say the XM2W is a better option. Is the VXE R1 Pro the best budget mouse? I think the Mad R is better. It's just like a direct newer generation of the R1 Pro. And my R1 Pro hasn't been great quality-wise, but when you only have one Chinese mouse, it's hard to judge the entire QC. How big are your hands? Like 21 by 11, give or take. Could do an official measurement at some point. 1111 sale is gonna go crazy. I'm about to buy a Pulsar X2 V2. Is like, are companies outside of China doing that? 1111, like, it hasn't been a thing, has it? Is this a new thing? It's like these Chinese national holidays. I just discover there's like a new one every year somehow. What's the best small claw grip on a mouse? Stop spamming. Best small claw grip mouse? Like, there's a million. It depends. Like, some people will say the Hitscan Hyperlight's their favorite small claw shape. Other people will say the Ninjutsu Sora. Other people will say the Atlantis Mini, all of this stuff. 1111 is Chinese Sale Day. Yeah, that's what I know it as. But it's like, people didn't mention this a year ago, 2 years ago. I guess Chinese Mysore is good, but it's big in Southeast Asia? Okay, shout out to Southeast Asia. Can I get a happy birthday greeting? Happy birthday, Sengi, Kengi. I don't know how to say your name. Like, but happy birthday to you nonetheless. Are you excited for the Pulsar fingertip mouse? Yeah, more than I am for most fingertip mice, which isn't saying a lot. But it should be good. I'm not really excited for their X-Lite 1.5 size, like a Magnesium Ergo EC. I really couldn't care. Is the MM710 a good choice? Have they fixed the durability? No. And they have not worked on that mouse in years, so no to the second one. I mean, it's like, what do they charge right now? Like $10? They give you them for free? I just still wouldn't recommend it. Would you ever stream on Twitch? I used to, but I just think Twitch is more for like gaming streams and just these streams where I talk about mice to my YouTube subscriber base. I just think that makes more sense to do it on here. Could you compare the ULX Tiger to the Viper V2 Pro? Maybe like, it doesn't have a higher hump, but it's going to feel higher profile. I'd just recommend watching my ULX Tiger review. I think I did shape comparisons back then. Is game surface mode good on the G Pro Superlight? Unless you notice it causing issues, yes. I'd recommend using it, but with some glass pads, it's an issue. And we're talking about mice right now. Have you seen the wall hack? Yeah, I mean, you could see, instead of typing that comment, you could have typed wall hack SP004 Boardsy review, and my review would have came up. But yes, I do have a review, and I'm currently in this 2-week glass mouse pad only challenge, where I'm only using glass mouse pads for 2 weeks. I did fail it at one point and go back on the Heian, but you know, it's the thought that counts. My dog's in the room. Maybe he wants to come up. Oh no, he left already. If you had to pick a single mouse to use for the next couple of years, which one would you pick? That's such a tough question. Whenever people ask me that, I just don't know. G703 substitute, please. Restart the 2 weeks. It happened after day one. It was because I was playing Fortnite and I had like these 10 straight people third party me, and I just started, like, I don't know, I missed a shot or something. I just went back on the Heian, but then I actually went back on the glass pad. What's your top one fingertip mouse currently? It's probably my ULX Small Tarek. Glass is a bit too boring. Most of them are the same shit. There's a lot of similarities, but there are like distinctly different types. I think the Beast is underrated. Wait, I'm getting a phone call. Please tell me this isn't like a delivery of some sort. Oh, that can't be too important. I play Counter-Strike and I've been using Final Mouse for a few years. Would it hurt to try a Zowie mouse? It would not hurt. I mean, I'm trying to think, like the closest to a Final Mouse would probably be the FK2, but I don't know if you'd find that better. If you enjoy claw grip shapes, Zowie, they have you covered, honestly. What's that mouse with the Gengar theme? It is the Razer Viper V3 Pro Gengar Edition. It was a China exclusive, but it's not too hard to get in America. Zowie S2 DW or Superlight 2? It's like at the same price, the Superlight 2 is probably just a better buy. As much as I love the S2, it's like, I feel like these really should be 130 instead of 150, but maybe the price will come down, and if you really love Zowie, maybe you can justify it. But yeah, the 4ms click latency, like, I genuinely think that most people who complain about it think there's 100 milliseconds in a second. Like, this is something that I've been thinking about. Bro has read every comment but mine. Now I read yours, and I really don't think I'm reading even close to every comment. What do you say about the Melgeek Mate 68 Ultra? It seems very good. I didn't notice anything wrong with it, but I harvested the switches and put them in my ADHD, and I haven't used it much since. But what is it, like $200? I think the Pro version probably makes more sense, because like the Ultra, it just has like those carbon fiber cutouts on the sides. You like the Dash 2 Max? No. I just don't really use it. What's the 4 milliseconds latency you mentioned? Zowie's click latency is 4 milliseconds. Like 3.9, 3.8. Is the Madar Major best mouse for the price? Claw grip, looking for a lightweight mouse? 9 question marks? I'd say so. Didn't need all of those question marks. Maybe it did. Just bought X-Ray Pad Obsidian Dots. What's your opinion on them? Are the Obsidians, are they the red ones? The X-ray pad, they just have so many skates with similar names. It's like either it's too much. My brain just gets foggy. Stop spamming. I see the same question spammed like 80 times. It really doesn't help. 1111 is a big sale, but every 1010, 9988, etc. has a big sale. Really? I guess I'm not in Southeast Asia, so I don't know. It's funny that Fnatic keeps sending their stuffs. Fnatic's a great company. How's the 2-week GlassPad experience going? This is like day 3, and it's honestly fine. You know, it's nothing. I think Fortnite, like mechanically, it feels like I'm on 10 lower ping. It feels like I'm 3 years younger. So that was kind of surprising. But I don't think, like sometimes I'll just miss a shot. I'll just like slam my mouse into my head like 50 times. So that can't be a good trade-off. But it's all right, you know. It's really fine. There's some situations on Kovacs, like I thought static clicking would be harder, but it's really not. But I do really hate, I'll just pick a mouse up like off of the side of my desk and there will just be something on the skates. I gotta like blow on the skates, like use a microfiber cloth. It's really annoying. I feel like GlassPad people try to pretend like the dust issue isn't a thing. It's a thing. And pretty much every pad besides the Beast forces you to use a sleeve, so I don't know. Are mouse pads good? Compared to no mouse pad? Yes, I would say so. Jade or Obsidian for Saturn or Zero? I'd recommend the Jades. Does your arm never stick to glass pads? It does stick to almost every glass pad aside from this one, which is called the Beast, and you can't buy it anymore, I don't think. So there's that. I mean, the Skypad 4.0 is really not bad. Lambda Glaze isn't bad, but there's going to be, like, if your arm rests there, like any type of temperature or moisture builds up on your forearm, like it's naturally going to stick to glass. Glass isn't this material that's like extremely anti-stick, unless you put like some type of coating on. Corsair is the worst brand I've ever seen. I don't even need to read the rest, but I can just, it seems about right. They actually offered to send me a keyboard, a Hall Effect board, and I was just like, will this get reviewed or will it just collect dust? I figured it would probably just collect dust. Glass pads are fun, but I can't aim for shit on them. I don't even think in general my aim's significantly worse, but it's just I don't feel like there's any benefit in terms of consistency. Every time I use a glass pad, I just go back to cloth, and I'm like, okay, this feels right for me. But you know, maybe these 2 weeks they will change me. I'm testing out multiple glass pads, so I'm really building my opinion up on this. I just bought the HS AJ179 for $24. What do you think? You probably paid $24 too many, but I mean, all jokes aside, it'll be all right for a while probably, which is all you can expect from a $24 mouse. Where is the long-term review of the Skyrox V8? Did I say I was going to make one? I feel like I made an initial impressions featuring the Madar as well, and then I made a long-term review. My unit's fucking unusable now practically with just like left click quality wise, which is good. That's what you expect. Skyrox V8, best mouse on the market. How many CPS do you get on the ATK F1? I'm not the person to ask. I'm not a double clicking extraordinaire. You plan on trying the Series 2 Pro from Glorious? If they, like, Glorious has offered to send me the new mice, and then I emailed them back, and then I just don't get a response. This has happened multiple times. And they did it with the mouse pad, but that time I didn't respond. So maybe I'll hit them up. I'll ask for some mice. But currently, would I buy a Glorious mouse? Maybe. What do you think about Attack Shark, and what's the best version of it for gaming? I think Attack Shark is this brand that they just capitalize on like young people who want a budget mouse, and they don't really focus on quality or really being the best. They just want to be the cheapest. So I think they make some decent cheap mice. People have been asking me to review, was it the R6? I don't have it. Did the 20 USD glass mouse pad you ordered a month ago arrive? No, I ordered it, like you mentioned, but it just hasn't shipped. I might like have to refund it or something. But yeah, wait, I was gonna say something else about the glass pad, aside from the fact that it didn't arrive. Maybe not. I don't know. Thoughts on the HitScan Hyperlight sensor position? It's fine, but I feel like a lot of people like praising the slightly higher sensor position. It's not even like it's this crazy night and day difference between ATK. I feel like a lot of people like can't even tell you what the difference is in these sensor positions. But yeah, it's fine. That's really how I'd describe it. Wow, is that an effective comparison? Maybe. Is that a baby pumpkin? Yeah, and it's been here since like early October, maybe even like September, and it's just still bringing the boom. All of my Americans may understand this reference, and yeah, I mean it's like I just got to keep it here until it fucking gives up on me. Thoughts on the Neo 8K? I don't really have too many thoughts. I don't know the price, but I'm just not big on 3D printed mice. What's your best mice to use for Fortnite? Do you use side buttons for building? I do use side buttons for building. I've come to the realization that I might try to switch off of using two side buttons for building, but it might just be impossible at this point. But I don't know. My favorite mice for Fortnite are generally like somewhat larger and give me some stability and have good side buttons. But the GPX, there's a reason like 90% of Fortnite pros use it. It's just like a really safe, reliable option. What's your main right now? In the past like week or two, it's been a toss-up between Zowie S2 and the XM2W. But, I mean, I don't know. There's just so many mainable mice on the market, on my desk even. Thoughts on the Peterbot drama? I saw he dropped bolts. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. There's this whole like top-level Fortnite, the negative ping players. I don't understand it. You feel like they should all be able to win, but only one person can win. What's the best mouse for under $60? See, I shouldn't answer this question because of all the spamming. You should go think about it. But really, the Mad R is what I'd say. Yo, Upgrade Lemonade, how is it going in Macedonia? Correct? Is that where you are? The bottom of the super late tube began to creak on the right where the on-off button is. Is it possible to fix it yourself, tightening the screws? Maybe? I mean, I don't know. You're the one with the creaking unit. My GPXs have always been fine creaking-wise. I only had one that had, like, battery rattling. Would you say faster mouse pads allow for higher potential in terms of aim and just, like, lower weight for mice? Not objectively, because similar to lower weight for mice, like when you have really low friction, like new issues are introduced. So there's probably some perfect balance. But then again, some of the best aimers are on like fucking mud pads, so that's just how it goes. S2 wireless better than the GPX? I mean, it's just going to come down to your shape preference. This S2 wireless is one of my favorite mice on the market. I obviously have some bias towards Zowie. Because when one of the first things I ever tried in the mouse space was the Zowie mouse fitting kit, where they sent you like wired versions of every mouse in their lineup. You could keep one, send the rest back, and I chose the S2. So this is just a shape that I've always really liked, so I'm still gonna like it. Makes sense. Artisan Heian versus LGG Saturn Pro. I've seen this question a lot. I mean, that's a question I answered in like 2022 or whatever. Probably made a video on that. There's totally different pads. Heian's like a textured speed pad. Saturn's like a smooth controlled pad. I don't know what you want. Both are pretty good. Which Artisan mousepad is the best for Fortnite? A lot of pros use the Zero. I like the Heian, but some people just don't like textured pads. And the X and Y difference is something that I kind of got used to with the Heian. And that's another thing with glass mouse pads that I feel like is not talked about a ton. But like the perfectly consistent X and Y combined with like such low initial friction, it just makes the experience even more different. Okay, Erdem, you're fucking Jesus Christ. 30-minute timeout. I do not give those out. I mean, that's just brutal. I don't even know what to say. Fucking Erdem. Is that like an Albanian name? Are you representing the country poorly? Maybe it's a different name. It sounds Albanian though. Beast X 8K or Viper Mini Signature Edition, ignore the price? Probably the Beast X. Like the Viper Mini at 47 grams, $300. I know you're saying ignore the price, but no. I mean, it's just not, it's not the most impressive, highest quality offering on the market. Not Albanian. Sounds Turkish. Even worse. He spammed the question so much I don't even remember what he said. Yeah, that's like one of the things with spamming. All I see is the spam. I don't even see the question. I think it was like the same thing he asked before that I answered. Like best mouse under $60. Where are you from? I'm like just like a mutt. I'm a citizen of the world. I'm like Russian, Polish, maybe a bit Irish, all sorts of things. Final meme clears. True. I don't know what it clears, but it probably clears. How is the Beast mousepad? It might be my favorite glass surface. I don't, like the design, I don't care for it, but I don't really care about glass mousepad designs in general. I don't see them as this interior decor item. But it feels really good on the arm in terms of like smoothness, anti-stick, really low initial friction, just like smoother, more buttery glide than the Skypad 4.0, which I feel like would be the best direct comparison. Like I don't have an Empress Speed or whatever, but it's a really good glass pad, but still like $120 or whatever this cost. Still a pretty hefty price. Review the Mad 60 HE. It's an insanely good budget keyboard. I have the Magger 68 keyboard, I want to pronounce that correctly, coming, along with the HM80 and maybe the Lumen Key keyboard. There's just so many fucking keyboards, so I don't know, maybe all of them are great. And then people tell me to review the Equinix, and then I still have like 10 keyboards behind me I haven't reviewed. I don't know. Thoughts on BO6? It's really boring for me. It's just like Respawn is just it's like a get a kill, die, get a few kills, die. It's like there's nothing that really scratches the itch for me. I don't care for like Prestige Master or like camo grinding. Hardcore was kind of fun for a little bit, but I can't play it with my friends because they're all just like lower KDs, so I just ruin their lobbies. I don't really care to like make alt accounts, but Fortnite's just a better game. I could have just said that. There was no reason to give a nuanced answer. And it's also just boring. I like only ever use the XM4. Can you try the Neo 8K right now? Do I even have it? Do you have any recommendations for claw grip and 20 by 9.5 cm hands? I mean, a lot of the market should work for you with like slightly longer, just average width hands. Like all of the mice I recommend, like Viper V3 Pro, maybe not the XM2 if you don't want like a really wide mouse, but still I think you'd be fine. Maya X, GPX, Zowie S2DW. I mean, you might like Ergos, I don't fucking know. Can you compare the ULX and ULX competition? I mean, I just made a video on that like 2 days ago. If you watched that, if you haven't watched that, I would recommend watching it. If you have, I don't know what else you could need to know. Any updates on the Mad R? I just don't use it a ton because I don't like the shape, so it hasn't like deteriorated any more on me. It's still like a really good weight, like just bang for your buck option. Review our keyboard? Yeah, that's what I was alluding to. I was like, I have 10 of these behind me. It's still so weird. I just can't put my finger on it, but it's just like, there's so many keyboards that I just don't want to use. Boardsy Mudpad hater? I'm not a Mudpad lover. I'll give you that. Should I cancel my ULX comp purchase? I wouldn't say so. I mean, why? Maybe. Like you're in dire need of funds, maybe. Yes, you have it. You never made a follow-up, as you said. Oh, did you leave the comment? And I was like, I'm going to take it out because of this comment. Thoughts on the Fanatec Aria 2 Pro compared to the Aria 1, and thoughts on mechanical versus optical? Optical, like, it's a safer option for most companies, I'd say. Omron opticals, there's something about them that I just don't feel like it's perfected, but it's better than opticals had been in the past. But what was the question? Like the new Fanatec Aria, it's like better, but it's not significantly like way better. I think weight-wise for the size, 53 grams, it's pretty good if you enjoy this egg style of shape. But I just really don't. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. Should I grind CS or visit my GF today? I mean, I don't really care for CS, so maybe visit your girlfriend. Maybe please play CS though, if that's what would please you. Which mouse is the best for? God damn! Wait, why are there so many comments coming? Wait, how many viewers do I have? 312. I mean, what the fuck? It's like Final Mouse stream level of comments, or maybe my thing was like delayed a second. I don't know. When is the next Boardsy cast? I don't know. It will be. I'll tell you this. When it will be, I cannot tell you. Who it will be with, Rocket Jump Ninja. So whenever he comes around to it is when it will be. Somebody asked me a question. Are the new Zowie mousepads good? They are on the way. I don't have them yet. It's so interesting though. Like Zowie and Vaxi, somebody has to do some like research. Like if they have employee overlap, if they're like the same parent company or something. They aren't. But I don't understand how they move at like the same exact pace. Like Vaxi released mousepads a month or two ago. Now Zowie is. It's like, what? How tall are you? I'm like 6'1". Not 6'2", but comfortably over 6 foot. Hey, Boardsy, would you rather have Well, 20 Canadian dollars. I appreciate that. What is that, like 2 USD? Just kidding. Hey, would you rather have Wooting make a new mouse and have similar levels of quality and performance relative to a mouse market, or be broke and fat and short and get triple cancer? I mean, I guess I'd rather have Wooting make a mouse at that point. But yeah, I appreciate the 20 Canadian big ones. Justin Trudeau bucks. Nobody asked me my thoughts on the U.S. election. Why is this? Is it because it's like too early? Are there no Americans in here? I was expecting at least one question on that because I could like chime in, but I guess not. Does the creaking you mentioned in your ULX competition affect gameplay? Like on the clicks? Not that I've noticed, but I feel like down the line it could. I just think of it as like a dead zone. Like currently, if you try for it and like move it side to side, you'll get the issue. But if you just click it on, you won't. But down the line, maybe it would get worse, but I can't really tell you. Too touchy, maybe. Some Canadian money slander. I expected Trump would win. Yeah, I had that vibe. I voted for Tens Mouse. Nice. I voted for the candidate of change, peace in the Middle East, hope. And that candidate was not a human. I wrote you in for president. I appreciate that. I was hoping I could get a good amount of votes. Candidate was not a human, living or alive. How old are you? You look young even with the mustache. I am 22. I've almost been 22 for a month. I was going to say a few weeks ago, but October 16th was my birthday. CNC milled Trump Pro Max skates for Superlight. Did you receive them? No, I still haven't tried the CNC skates. What are your policies if you won presidency? I don't, just like some type of mouse for all program. We need to like produce mice in the United States. This is something I've talked about a lot. Like why isn't there a single mouse being produced here? So if we could bring mouse production to America, that's transformative. That is transformative of the entire economy. 22 and based, and now somebody's saying 22 and is already UNC status nowadays. That is true. That is true. Especially like, I don't even know. I don't feel like my viewers are really that young, given by what I see at Boardsy Fest. Like, it's not like my fan base is the Clicks fan base, so to say. That's how you get a $300 plastic mouse? True. But if we just only allowed American mice, eventually the cost would get down. What do you think, which is better, Maya X or GPX2? Like, I grab my GPX2 more, but I think the Maya X is a slightly better buy. If you're bought into lighter mice, I think it's a better buy, but honestly, I put more time on my GPX2 probably. Any Boardsy Fest in Japan soon? I don't know when I'm getting, or when I'm going back to Japan. I know Artisan moved into their new office, so if they want to show me the office, I'd be happy with that. But yeah, no plans for an international Boardsy Fest. The problem is there's not enough freedom in other countries. Like, when I really looked into it in Germany, I was like, yeah, this probably isn't going to happen. Thoughts on cat performance? Thoughts on Randall for cat? Is this the same person asking this, or have I just gotten two Knicks questions? Two different ones, wow. Yeah, I've not been following the Knicks, like, that closely this season, but I don't know, I'm just like, I actually don't have many thoughts. I'm just waiting. I'm giving it time to develop. Last season was a good season. Is this season going to be that good? Probably not. And it wasn't even like that good of a season. Like in the regular season, it was good last year. I just don't see. The East is weak, but I just don't see the Knicks making the finals this year. Maybe I'll be wrong though. I definitely didn't see the Mets making the NLCS, but there we are. It is so easy to get artisans here in Japan, I'd imagine. Yeah, I went to a few stores that had them, but then there was a shortage for a while. Jesus, the rate of questions today is insane. Are they even being spammed? I don't think so. It's just wild. Are you going to review the HTS Ultra? Yeah, but the thing is, like, you guys can't start asking me about this already. They have even shown a picture of what the mouse looks like. They took, like, blind pre-orders, which I just thought was insane. I guess they're just, like, funding production costs. What happened to your $50 glass mouse pad from Twitter? Your guess is as good as mine. They just didn't send it, which is maybe why it's so cheap. Yeah, I don't know. Best mouse for Fortnite under $50, palm grip? Maybe a Death Adder V3 wired. If you want wireless, there's really, like, no Mad R equivalent. That's actually a large shape for palm. Looking to move away from Aria to V8 or something. Do you recommend Skyrox V8 as an alternative for Relaxed Claw? Yeah, I think it could work. But it's just going to be a very different like shape formula. It's on the website. It looks disgusting. Oh, really? But yeah, still, you guys, it's G-Wolves. I never have an idea of when I'm going to receive the mouse, and then I eventually do. Let's see the ULX. Here you go, in all of its raw carbon glory, with Obsidian Pro air skates on. Will white Razer Viper V3 Pro become yellow after time? No, it shouldn't. They have like an anti-yellowing coating on. Let's hear the clicks. There you go. Shocking clicks. Oh shit, fucking Michael Jackson Beat It started playing from all of my Mouse 5 pressing. Do you play Pokemon TCG? No. I collected Pokemon cards when I was like maybe up to like 7 years old, but now I am still very into pre-war baseball cards, but that's not Pokemon. Please pray that my Frosted Purple OP18K doesn't have QC issues. A lot of people ask me to pray for their mice's quality. I may have to start doing like a daily 5-minute prayer for mouse quality across the world, just to maximize my positive effect. Rusty Beefy Smack. Hello, Rusty. It's the name of one of my dogs. What's your favorite DG song? That's a good question. Recently, the main Blade song I've been listening to is Can't End on a Loss, like the outro to the recent album, but there's just so many good ones from different eras. 1D, that's a good song. Just like lots of stuff on Red Light. But then again, that was like the era like I got into it, so maybe there's just some nostalgia. Whip that Neo 8K out. It's like it's in a. I gotta find it. Like after your first comment, I looked for it and I couldn't find it. I was like, God damn. So I'll find it eventually. I have an orange My X. Would orange Artisan Zero look dumb? No, not at all. I've like looked at that combo a lot. I'm like, wow, this is really clean looking. So, God, see this guy, like I'm showing mercy. I'm not going to time him out, but it should be a timeout. Good claw mouse for small hands. Like, how could you, it's like you have a plate of food in front of you and you're saying you're hungry. There's like millions of mice for small hands. Like ATK F1 Extreme. There you go. Skyrox V8. Ninjutsu Sora V2. Here are some mice. I hated Red Light at first. Listen, now I love it. Yeah, there's like Exeter's an album that just is weird. But I don't think there are many bad Blade albums. I probably enjoy Ever Since less than I did. Is this a rerun? I would never do a rerun. I think reruns are disgusting, honestly, on Twitch. It's just like this passive money farming from like not doing anything. It's just there's something wrong. It's like I'm siding with Twitch because it's like they shouldn't have to waste their like live streaming compute on people who aren't even like actively streaming. Can you show us the window view? Like the view outside of my window? I don't even know what you're asking for. Are you pre-ordering the Tens mouse? No, I actually canceled my pre-order, but I did see him, or I saw like this YouTube clip channel like posted something of him talking about the mouse, and he said it's gonna be like claw grip focused, $130, but it's a collab with some company. So I don't know what company that is. How's the GlassPad truthing going? I'm on day 3, so you know, I'm still not converted, but it has been better for Fortnite than I thought it would be. But it's also like I've used GlassPads for an extended amount of time. I think like when the SkyPad 4.0 released, so I've done this before, but maybe I'll come around this time because there are many better skate options now. That is one thing compared to before, but the issues with glass are still there, except for really the arm sticking on some pads. What's your opinion on chromacopia? I'm not a big Tyler the Creator listener. I just like in middle school and high school I was never really on the wave and I didn't get into it beyond that point. What have I been listening to recently? Like Michael Jackson and Jay Electronica. It's like some a lot of good mix, so to speak. Getting so many Tens thoughts on peripheral videos, they're pissing me off. I've never had those like get in my algorithm because I think it's kind of Valorant adjacent, and YouTube knows that I'm not a big Valorant guy. Things that are never discussed, what's going on after that? Are you just like asking me to talk about some things that are never discussed? If so, that's an interesting way to prompt the question. I would say USB-C cable quality for wireless transmissions. Is the Viper Mini good? Like the standard one? It's not really a thing anymore. They replaced it with the Cobra, and the Viper Mini Signature Edition is way too overpriced. So hopefully at some point they do a mini mouse that kind of like splits the difference. I want your review on it. It's like hearing Shakespeare speak, modern day Shakespeare. Shakespeare was pretty good as well. One of those geniuses that transcends time. But yeah, I will test 3D printed mice at some point. Best wired mouse? It's got to be Endgame Gear's offerings, right? Like the OP1 8K, the XM2 8K. Like what's even better? Did you test the HTX Mini 8K? No, they just haven't sent it to me, and it's just they say they're gonna send it to me when it's ready, but I guess I missed the first batch, so maybe I'll get the next batch. Got here late. Sorry if you've answered this already. How's the Beast? Yeah, I have. It's just like it's probably my favorite glass surface. Like my favorite speed glass surface. I don't think it's actually this like impossibly fast pad, but it's probably the fastest one that I've tried. Obviously super skate dependent, but just the feeling on your skates is good, feeling on your arms good. I don't feel like I play best out of any mouse pad on this, but it's like pretty good. Which mice do you think represent the two presidential nominees? That's too tough because you don't want to combine like such serious topics as mice with something so like trivial as politics. So I don't even think like any politician can hold a candle to how a mouse presents itself. Awesome. I like glass, but I'm not sleeve pilled. Yeah, I'm the same way. We're the silent majority. What's the best fingertip mouse apart from the BeastX Mini and ULX Small? Like, if you don't like the Final Mouse shaped formula for fingertip and you actually enjoy like full fingertip mice, that will open your options up a bit, but I don't really know. Like, I don't want to say like the Akitsu or like the WL Mouse Medium because those are just so similar. But Hitscan Hyperlight's not bad. A lot of the other like cheap China mice aren't great for fingertip. But apparently Mchos is making one that's kind of a like X2V2 Mini clone. Smaller apparently. Friction difference between Zero Soft and X Soft. I mean, if you put more pressure into an X Soft, it's going to be slower. If you put like very minimal pressure, it's going to feel very similar. I'd just recommend a soft. Is Cordura dead? I guess so, right? Oh, how long has my camera been off, by the way? I did not realize that. What can we look at? We can look at my Twitter feed instead while my camera cools down. Are gaming mice worth it if you don't play FPS games? Like if you just use a computer normally and don't play games at all? Probably not. I don't know, like maybe a $20 AliExpress one would still be worth it? It's a weird question, though. You know, I talk about gaming mice. I presume people are playing games. Enjoying the BeastX Max more than the Maya X because it's lower profile. Interesting. Is the SkyPad 3.0 really a dumb purchase in 2024? I just really like the art. It's not like a terrible purchase. I don't know which pad you want, though, because they're generally pretty expensive. Have you tried the Attack Shark X11 Pro? No. So every day there's like a new Attack Shark mouse I didn't know existed. ATK X1 Ultimate for 18 by 10 cm hand might feel a bit large. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I had the X1 Pro or whatever. Meh. Is it important to remove the middle part of donut skates? Mine are stuck. It's on glass. I'd say yeah, it's important. On cloth, you'll get away with it. I don't think it should be stuck though. I don't know how that makes sense. Hello from Belgium. Shout out to Belgium. Follow your channel a lot of good content. Still didn't find my main mouse. Would like to find an Origin 1 X shape with good internals and latency. That's a good. I don't think there is one. There's like nothing even close. I'd say maybe try the GPX Dex. Like that could possibly work for you, but yeah, Ninjutsu was very original with that shape. They should remaster it, honestly. Nice mustache, thank you. Best pad for Overwatch? I don't play it much, but it seems like a lot of good players use glass pads, the Hayate Otsu, like some artisan hybrid pad. Plenty play on like just standard control pads though, as far as I know. What do we think of the ULX comp? I mean, it's just like it's a slightly better revised ULX, but I just have that click quality issue on my left click, and that's the only thing. But it's a pretty unfortunate negative to have on such an expensive mouse. Hien, best pad for Overwatch. Yeah, some people seem to say that. Why do you not like 3D printed mice? Neo 8K. I mean, man, I can tell you love 3D printed mice, and it's like, bless, but I just don't. Like, just because they say it's a high. They've said it's high quality prints on every 3D printed mouse I've used, but the click quality, it's just nowhere near on the same level. And just like molded ABS plastic, it's higher quality. There's just no debate. But if you enjoy the lighter weight that you get from 3D printed mice, it's good to enjoy. How does my friend get stains out of QCK? And I don't know, just like fucking wash it. Water and soap is a good place to start. Skyrock's V8 is too fast on my Hien Xsoft when using PTFE. What slower skates do you recommend? I mean, see, this is the thing with like buying a 40-gram mouse. Like, what do you expect? If you want a controlled experience, don't put like a 40-gram mouse on a fast hybrid pad. But slower skates, maybe get Ghost Glide Cyclones for a Hien. That would probably provide you a slightly more controlled experience, but I don't know. Is the click issue still usable, or is it too bad? It hasn't gotten any worse, I'd say. Oh, I just realized my camera's off. I should probably do what I can to turn it back on. Thoughts on the Felina S450? God, I fucking can't find the USB hole. I have not used the Felina S450 in a long time. Core pads are probably slower. I mean, the core pad controls, they might be an option, but I don't know. Do you use 3950 that much? What do you mean? Like, if I have a mouse that has a 3950 in it, I use a 3950, I guess. Why is the because the camera itself is not on. How much time do you have on it, though? Been through 3 ULXs and all had horrible bone drift after like 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know, like probably less than 24 hours of gameplay time, I would bet. Somewhere BC, I'd say more than 16, less than 24. But yeah, my ULX Tarek Small is just, it is the perfect final mouse. I don't understand like how some can literally feel perfect and then others are just fucked, but my ULX, like I have like a month of play on that, like minimum, probably more. And yeah, it just feels fine. But this one out of the box has like some weird click grinding. But it's only the left click as well, like I mentioned. I can't even tell the difference between 3395 and 3950. Yeah, between a well-implemented 395 and a 3950, you shouldn't be able to. The 3950 just has a few more like features that most companies don't even utilize, which is kind of insane. Thoughts on Wise Owl mice? I need to make a video on the OGM Pro V2, and they sent me like the Cloud, but it's just like a copy of the Death Adder Faker design. I noticed that was like kind of weird. But yeah, I have that one as well. They make really good quality mice for like the sub $100 price point or whatever. It's kind of why I think of Wise Owl. I don't like the OGM shape at all. Do you grind tournaments on Fortnite? Damn, did my camera fucking turn off again? This thing is just not... It's overheated, you know? Sometimes things get overheated. Gotta use kindness. Do you grind tournaments on Fortnite? No. I just, like... It doesn't really appeal to me. I was thinking... The last time somebody asked me, it's like, maybe I should start grinding out the solo cash cups. But then I like, missed it. It's like Wednesdays at 8 p.m. or something. I don't know. I'm just not, like, scheduling my life around Fortnite tournaments. And maybe that's what I need to do. And, like, anything other than solos, I just, like, don't even know anybody decent at the game. What do you mean camera's off? It's, like, it just stops working, pretty much. It overheats, so it doesn't display an image. Deadlock? No. I think Deadlock... I think my take was right on Deadlock. It's going to have, like, this competitive, like, obsessed scene, but I just don't see it being this mass appeal game. And it didn't hit for me, but I only played it for, like, a few hours in very early access. But I can just tell it's not going to be for me. There is still a cam? Yeah, but it wasn't, like, moving with my hand. Like, that's what you got to realize. It was, like, just a still image. He's missing the juicy questions. There's lots of questions, you know. I was answering, like, the same type of question about mice for, like, fucking 40 minutes. Many people say Ghost Glide Cyclones are the best dot skates to use on a glass pad. They're good. I would say it's, like, objectively the best. There's so many options. That's really what I'd say. X-Ray Pad makes some really good skates. Some people say the Obsidian Pro Airs are better. It's just going to be preference, but Cyclones are no doubt good for glass pads. Are the Obsidians a good control skate? The red Obsidians? I don't use them that much. But didn't Optimum like talk about those in his video? So that's probably why I'm getting asked about them so much. Answer my if you prefer donut skates question now. Yeah, I don't know. I was getting asked a lot about that. And the thing with donuts is maybe I'm schizophrenic, but I just feel like they provide more stability and just like a good experience. So I've really liked them on this S2, my Viper V3 Pro. I've been using them. So have you tried TJ exclusives yet? Yeah, I've tried their glass pads or the ceramic pads, whatever, and their mouse skates. They would cost $1,000. What would? Are HE keyboards really worth it? I mean, I've been preaching Hall effect keyboards longer than anybody else on YouTube. And that might sound like a crazy statement, but it's true. Like, the moment I tested the Apex Pro, I realized that it was just way better than standard mechanical keyboards. And I was crucified for fucking years. And then Wooting drops and everybody finally sees the light. Cap? They're true. There's probably some like keyboard reviewer who's been preaching it longer. Not that I know, though. I just remember, like, Bad Seed Tech and, like, Optimum back a few years ago, they would recommend, like, Cherry MX Blacks for gaming. And at that time, I was like, this isn't right. Can you show us the outside view? You gotta stop asking this. This is just an absurd question to ask. Did you manage to get a copy of the Sentinels version Viper V3 Pro? No, my Razer rep emailed me, and they were like, hey, we're launching this. We won't have units. And I was like, well, that's unfortunate. Bro wants him doxxed? It's just it's an absurd question to ask. Like, maybe if he was standing out there, it would be one thing. Do you think polling rate in keyboards is important? Nah, not nearly as important as mice, but at the same time, like, I'd prefer 8K, polling 8K scan rate in a keyboard. Like, why not? But the thing is, fuck, I was going to say something. Then I forgot it. What softness is best for the Artisan Zero using a Final Mouse Starlight 12 with no skates? What? No skates? I guess mid, maybe? Soft? Probably not X-Soft if you have no skates. They'll just be like really scrapey and awful. I really forget what I was going to say about polling rate in keyboards. It's unlucky. Viper V3 or Hitscan Hyperlight, they're just such different sized mice. Damn, my camera's still off. I wish my camera was on. I would show you the mice right next to each other. If you want smaller and lighter, probably the Hyperlight, though. That's what I'd say. You think picking up an X2H and a 4K dongle for $50 is a good buy? Yeah, honestly. Not bad, presuming the X2H is good quality. What's your keyboard right now / mouse pad? I'm using the Beast mouse pad and the Wooting ADHE, the Beast Glass mouse pad from No Brand. It's an interesting product. EC2 CW now or wait for DW? I would maybe recommend wait, but then again, if you care about price, probably get the CW. Do you aim better with smaller or larger mice? With fingertip, generally smaller until it gets like too narrow. There's a point where our mouse is just like too narrow for me to use, like the VStix Mini, let's say. But just for consistency and my preference for Fortnite, it's definitely like medium to large size claw mice. Do you think Death Arrow V3 Pro, do you recommend Death Arrow V3 Pro for Fortnite? Yeah, I mean, if you want a large feeling ergo mouse, it will get the job done in Fortnite. Been a Model O Pro FK1 shape for a while. Tried Viper V3 Pro. Recommendation for similar but improved specs? Probably get the Viper V2 Pro if the Viper V3 Pro felt too high. Did you ever drop a review on the ADHE? No, I didn't because I just didn't feel like it was anything big, different to really talk about. But Wooting is actually sending me a aluminum case or whatever. So once I get that modded out and I have the TTC Magneto switches in it, so then I will post a review on like the modded ADHE, whatever my main keyboard is. But I also have a few other like China keyboards coming in, so maybe those will be better. Have you checked the Pulsar X3 coming out this November? I feel like that mouse is delayed, but nobody is like acknowledging that it's delayed. It's kind of weird. Are skates worth it for the Final Mouse Starlight 12? I mean, skates are worth it for any mouse. What type of a question is this? My issue with Wooting is design. They never implement new designs. I don't even know what that means. Like keyboard like layouts? Like keycap design? Like what are you talking about? In love with why is my chat's not working? You can change Wooting switches, yes. Two other Hall effect switches, of course. S2DW is good. I think it's really good. I feel like am I the only person saying that the S2DW is good? Maybe, but I don't know. It fucking feels great. I've used the Heian since 2019. Do I stay consistent or fold to consumerism? You stay consistent. You stay loyal to Artisan, because the worst thing you can be is a party trader, disloyal. None of that. Use the Heian. That's what I'd say. Is the Tang Dao good? It's good, but there's not much that really separates it from the like plethora of Control Artisan Zero type cloth pads that are out there. Do you know the website where you can compare mouse shapes? eloshapes.com, I think. .com, maybe not .com, but it's certainly eloshapes. GPX too wide, FK2 too flat. What do you recommend? That's a good question. Thinner than the GPX. Maybe like something like Final Mouse shape style. Is this the real Boardsy? It is indeed. Real RT pair in the chat. What is up with the Hayateotsu refresh on their site? They've had this like Hayateotsu V2 in limbo for a while now. It's not any type of significant difference. Like I've tried it, but they're just waiting to sell out their like previous version like stock, and I don't know if they've done that already. It's just very weird. But thoughts on Mr. Beast? I don't know. I haven't heard much about him in a while, which is probably for the better. Good for Mr. Beast, though. God, he's like some of the spamming. It's just like, did your parents raise you to spam them with questions? Maybe they did. What's a niche mouse company? Like Zaunkönig. That's one example I can think of. Like I would say companies like Lamzu, Pulsar, they've kind of become more mainstream in the past year or two. So should I just buy the current Hayate? Yeah, there's really no type of major difference. I saw a video saying the DW series has bad click latency. I think it was 4MS. Yeah, it's the thing is like I use this and there's no actual issue. So that's what it comes down to. Like I understand the mindset of like spending $150 on a flagship mouse. Sure, you'd prefer sub 1MS latency, but it's like it just doesn't matter. I don't know how much more clearly I could say that. Like I just need to like, I don't know, I feel like I could get clicking scores in Kovacs with this and people would still not care. So there's nothing that could be done. Just picked up the Zebra Beast X Max. Let's go to. I didn't know there was still stock of that. That's shocking, honestly. Appreciate that. Do you watch any streamers regularly? Nah, not at all, really. Like, I don't go on Twitch much. I have one, like, friend who streams full time, so, like, sometimes I'll check into his streams, but no, surprisingly. I don't know why that is. Do you expect Viper V4 Pro mouse in 2025? I don't see V3 worth upgrading from V2. No, there's not going to be a V4 for till maybe early. I actually don't know when Razer's going to launch the next generation sensor, but it's not going to be soon. Like it's not going to be within 9 months, I don't think, at least. Can you do a review with the VXE Mad R? Like a full. I might do like a. This is the best mouse for under $50 video, just because I get asked about that so much. Type 99 good control pad for Val? Yeah, certainly. Superglide V2 or Skypad 4.0 for Fortnite, the finals, and CS2. Superglide's a better buy, but it's a worse surface feeling, in my opinion. It's just not like the best glass texture, so I'd probably say Skypad. Boardsy Roblox streams, those were... I streamed Bad Business a few times. I used to play a little bit of Arsenal, but I just don't really... I haven't touched Roblox in many years. How do you compare Type 99 to Zero? Watch my Type 99 review, I'd say. It's just, like, smoother, slower. What's a good pad for COD? I don't think, like... in the time I put on COD, it just, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's such a... Like, it's a target-switching game, but it's such a forgiving game. And you're just facing, like, controller players on TVs. So you can really just use anything, I feel. Like, I performed the exact same on the Zero, the Hien glass pads. That's pretty much like all I fucking test anyways. But yeah, I just felt like COD out of every game I've played, like peripherals mattered the least. Can we get the hand cam? Yeah, maybe my camera has come to its senses now. It's gotten a little bit of rest. Is the Artisan resistant to humidity? They're better than a good amount of other pads on the market when it comes to humidity resistance. Because they were originally, well, they are still made in Japan, where it's very humid. So this was a problem that they solved a while ago. So yeah, hopefully now we have the hand cam for a few minutes. Here is the, somebody was asking me Hyperlight versus Viper V3 Pro a while back. If you're still here, there you go. If I get skates for Final Mouse Starlight, should I buy extra soft Artisan Zero? No, just use the same pad with skates. What's that boom arm that you use? It is, I think it's the Rode one. But you can probably just pay $30 for the exact same design. I don't know what I paid for this, like $90 a few years ago. It's probably worth it. Skyrox V8 having click issues and you hate the coding? Well, if you hate the coding, you're going to hate a lot of Chinese mice because they all have very similar codings. But click issues, I could believe that. Maya X. My clicks are solid, but it's just like, it's not the best feeling like optical implementation. But quality-wise, it's solid. Just average on optical feeling. Glassworks makes the best non-sticking glass pads, which includes the Beast. Yeah, the Beast, even though it's like not officially tied to Glassworks for whatever reason, that's probably my favorite surface. The Kazumi, I don't think it's that great though, in terms of non-stick. I don't know why the Hana would change the market that much though. It's $150. People have to, like, see, this is why I don't understand. Like, reviewing things is so weird because there are some people who will just spend $150 plus on a glass pad without seeing any reviews and that's it. And then there are other people who won't even spend $50 on a mouse. So sometimes I have to make reviews that appeal to both of these people. It just doesn't even make sense. But I doubt at $100, like, I don't know, is a mousepad worth $150 under any circumstances? I don't think so. Because that's like a high price for a fucking mouse. These are mouse pads. Important question. How much do you earn by making videos / live streams? I make a right smart. Let's put it that way. Let's keep the numbers out of it. I thought there was some question. Who knows? Best mousepad for sweaty hands. I don't know. Like Razer Strider maybe? You throw the Heartbase Extreme away? I gave it away in like a unique way. Where it wasn't a giveaway, but I was sold these like 4 mouse for $120 bundles on Twitter, and I sold 4 of them, and in one of them I randomly threw in the Heartbase Extreme. So it is no longer in my possession. Are grips for amateurs? Is raw dogging the best? Probably. I mean, I don't have grip tape on any of my mice, not because I think it's bad, but just I think the coatings are fine and I just perform fine without it. Is your ULX comp numbered? Not that I can tell. Were they promised to be numbered? Bro just gave $250 away. Well, it was, I didn't pay anything for it, so it's not like I really burned any money. It was a review unit, which had kind of meh quality. That's true. You will have wide gaps of what people want recommendations for. Yeah, like when I live stream, clearly it's a heavy focus on like budget products. Me personally, I enjoy these like $100+ mice. It's just what I use after having tried like everything on the market. But yeah, just it's so interesting. Like every section of the market is going to want a video for them. Grips are for weaklings. True. Using ultra lightweight mice will make me weak and gay in the future. Probably not. Maybe though. Using an arm sleeve. God, who knows? Important. Yeah, I just answered this. I said I make a right smart. Sorry to repost this, but I don't know if you've heard of the VXE Mad G. I have not. The Mad G. Shocking. ATK/VXE stealing another shape. Who would have guessed? Do you know which mice are close to BeastX Max weight and size? For like such a kind of large mouse, not many mice are in a similar weight range. Like the ULX large size, obviously. Maya X is a little bit heavier, but solid sides. I'd say that's something to consider. Thoughts on the Beast? How is the Beast pad? I think it's like, probably, of the glass pads I've tried, which is not all of them, but it's a good amount of them, it's probably the best surface. Like, it just feels like a really good speed glass pad. A variety of skates seem to perform well on it. It's not perfect. Still has the drawbacks of glass pads, but it seems, it's weird. Like, I don't understand how it's possible. It seems like some glass pads are less affected by dust than others. Like, if there's a spectrum, I would say this is pretty unaffected. It'll still happen, but then there's something like the Wraith control pads, where it's like there's just a dust coating on the pad. It's fucking weird. Have you tried the glitch pad or whatever Opto mentioned? I thought he reviewed the sky pad. The Beast is less sticky on the skin. True. That's another reason I like it. Even like the Kazumi feels like almost unusable to me after using the Beast. It's weird. It's like, why would I just want something slower and stickier? But the Skypad 4.0, it has a bit more of like the frosted texture. At least the one I have with the design. Dual sending you a Hot ES Ultra? I mean, I presume they say they'll send me everything for a review, but I very rarely get a mouse early from G-Wolf, so I don't know. Like, hopefully I'll get it. Best grip tape. It's a good question. Like, I think BTL, Core Pad, X-Ray Pad, they all make similar like rubberized grips. Pulsar super grips. There's a lot of stuff like Launda super thin grips. Have you tried the lock-on Harriet glass pad? No, given that they only sold 300 and there was like so many sent out to reviewers, I just thought like there's no way this could actually be an innovative pad, so I just skipped it. I don't feel like I made the worst decision ever, but maybe it was good. What do you think about Superlight 2 versus XM2W? Yo, Scola FN, did you survive your 30-minute timeout? Am I thinking of the wrong person? Sorry, it's okay, but I mean, God, that question was asked many times, but I forgot what it was, so you can re-ask it once, and I'll answer it. Pulsar Super Grips are by far the most grippy. Yeah, they definitely lose a little bit of stick, but they maintain good grippiness. Everything is going to, like, kind of get fucked over in terms of grip tape after some time. Best skates for the Viper Mini Signature Edition. Was that really the question that was getting asked? I don't know, though. Like, X-Ray Pad Jades, Ice V2... I don't know if Core Pad for the Pro Max series, they have options for the Viper Mini Sig. Maybe those. Dot skates of any type are going to work. What do I have on mine? I have I think I still have the Ultim skates. And the thing about Ultim and all of the N-Tech is they perform really bad on glass pads. So that's the one thing. Best relaxed claw mouse, I have 19 by 10. See, I feel like we got to standardize. Whenever you ask for a mouse recommendation, put what you currently use. Or, if you want an ergo. Or, a light mouse. I don't know. See, but then again, maybe I don't want all these details. I mean, it just depends on budget, preference, hand size, what you're using. That's just such, that hand size opens you up to, 90% of the market. Are the side buttons on the Madar good? I wouldn't say they're great. I'd say they're in the okay tier. My mouse 4 button has a lot of wobbling. Chinese Atom Glass pad with sleeve or 200 dots? I don't even know what you're asking, Dio. Can I borrow your Razer Gengar? Probably not, but I appreciate you asking instead of just stealing it. Why are all the pricey fingertip shells built for the Viper V2 PCB? Because that used to just be this best wireless tech for the price, buying a renewed Viper V2 Pro and just gutting it. But I guess the fingertip market hasn't updated. Maybe it's still fine. Who knows? Did you see the Aria 2 is available now? Yeah, I'm going to review it soon. It is right here. I just don't think, compared to the Zaupin Z1 Pro, it's kind of just Fantech's version of it, but larger. But it's not something that I'd love. How are your opinions on donut skates versus dots? I just like donuts. These are the standard Jade donuts. And on mice like this and the Viper V3 Pro, I just feel like the increased surface area has better stability than dots. Sometimes if I were to use 4 dots on a GPX, it just wouldn't feel right. Then again, donuts don't fit on the GPX, so there's really no winning. Do Do you think it's worth it to change from X-Lite V3 to NPO1S? It's a very different style of shape. Listening to Echo 2K and Boardsy stream on the bus. Life is good. On the bus. Shout out to buses. Public transport. Are you getting the Feynman? The Feynman, rather. I don't know. I don't. Maybe. Maybe they'll send me. It's a Pulsar product. I bet I'll get sent it. Can we get an updated review on the Daru 8950 Pro Mag now that it's down to 120? It's still way too expensive. Like, it's just not a good mouse at all. Like, get like a Arbiter Kitsu. Get a WO mouse. Like, get any other metal mouse that is not made by Daru or fucking, what was that other company? Was it Mcho's, the AX5? I guess it was. Poland Spring sponsor soon? They just don't like me. You know, it's a shame. You do all you can to promote a brand, the best drinking water in the United States, but they just still don't respect it. Like, I can't even imagine how many bottles of this I've sold. What's your top 5 overall mice for tracking? That's just, I don't even know if I can answer that question. It's just like a crazy question. Lamzu Atlantis Mini or ATK F1 Extreme? Definitely the F1 Extreme, I feel. Like, they're both solid shell plastic mice, but the F1 Extreme has like over 10 grams on it. The Atlantis Mini, sure, it's like an XM1 Mini style shape, but I think for small hand claw, both will be pretty viable. Daru Mchos and Attack Shark Magnesium mice are just meh? Yeah, you get it. Like, they're just not good or innovative at all. They're just like borderline scams, like advertising these like alternative materials, but just being so bad. It's crazy. Big Poland, yeah, big Poland, big spring. Thoughts on Ninjutsu? I think the Sora V2 is a fine mouse, but I don't think it is like this pillar of the market. I think Ninjutsu needs to get to work on more mice, but they may have some drama with their factory, something like that. Are you still doing the Claw Grip Roundup? Yes, I know people are giving up on it. They've lost hope, but it will come. It will come soon. I don't want to say tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow, but in the next few days, next handful of days, one handful. Do you have the X-Lite V4? Not yet. The new matte black WL Mouse Mini with Niles is worth trying. When WL Mouse sends me the carbon keyboard or whatever, I'll ask them to send one as well, perhaps. But the B6 Mini shape, it's just too small for me, I think. R1 Pro Max versus Mad R Major Plus, is $20 premium worth it? Well, why are you getting the Mad R Major? Just get the Mad R with the $33.95, and then it's not a $20 difference. That's what I would say. Have you tested the M3 Micro? No, I haven't. I feel like Dharma Shark sent me like every mouse besides that. Is the signature edition worth? No, I wouldn't say so. And you have FN in your name, so I know you see a lot of Fortnite players like, I don't know, fucking Bolts. I don't know who else uses one, but a lot of people use the Viper Mini Sig. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's worth it. Whoa, yeah, I thought I heard something suspicious there. Check out the ROM Mice brand. Yeah, they make shitty mice. That's the issue. Like their Viper V3 Pro Mini or whatever, it's just so bad. It's like, what's it weigh, like 60 grams? God. I have one. I just like, can't even muster up a review for it. Yeah, some Fortnite players, yeah, you don't like need it, honestly. But yeah, of course it's going to perform well in Fortnite, but don't let that make you spend $300 on it. Do you prefer pads or dots on a Hien Soft? I guess all in all, probably pads, but it's just like a toss-up. It's not really a big deal. And then again, now that I think about it, like, I use these Jade donuts, and I like them a lot. What would these be considered? I guess donuts. They're somewhere in between. So I have Shaky, and I have a Viper Mini Signature Edition that I love. I'm looking for the best Control Gates Plus pad, any Rex. Like, if you're truly like shaky, like you have some kind of condition, there's this company like Corar, and they make these crazy controlled pads. But if you just want like a standard mud pad, like the GSR3, the Type 99, like there's many options. Thoughts on Krispy Kreme donuts? There's actually one at the Atlantic Avenue. Wait, no, that's an Auntie Annie's, right? Does anybody know, anybody in New York City, the Atlantic Avenue subway station with the fucking like Auntie Annie's? Like, that was a crazy addition. It's like on the walkway towards the 4 and 5 trains. put it into perspective. There might be nobody in the chat who gets what I'm talking about. But yeah, Krispy Kremes, they're in these just like random places. I never like try to find one, but I think I had one in like a Las Vegas hotel a few years ago. What's the fastest artisan pad and what firmness? Probably like the Raid and Mid currently, since the Shidenkai is discontinued. But like a Heian Soft is going to be pretty fast, or Heian Mid, I guess. I don't know. The XY on the Heian Mid, it's a bit more drastic. Are the Wooden keyboards hot swappable? The 80HE is hot swap with, well, I guess both the 60HE and the 80HE are hot swap with other Hall effect switches. Jesus. What's a good mousepad for Valorant? I mean, there's a lot. Artisan Zero is probably my top recommendation. There's some cheap ones, though. There are plenty of sub $30 pads that will get the job done. Are you going to review the new Stormbreaker Max CF? Yeah, when they send it to me. I presume I'll be getting sent it, but I just don't think it's ready. Do you find some mice work better for Kovacs rather than Fortnite and vice versa? Yeah, of course. A lot of mice just don't work for me in Fortnite because they're just like too small, like bad side buttons. It'll just like cause me to not have like a stable, consistent grip. And there's just like a size of mouse that I like more. Have they sent you the SP05? I don't think that's a thing, but maybe it will be. If so, I haven't been sent it. Zowie S2DW versus Helios Pro. I mean, the Helios is a better buy. It's not a direct shape clone. I feel like the shape is worse, but this is obviously like a minor thing. Technically, like the click latency is lower on the Helios. Will you notice this? No. And yeah, it's lighter, but I just prefer using Zowie. That's what it comes down to, because I actually just have the feeling of a Zowie mouse in hand. Use side buttons that much? In Fortnite, you're pressing side buttons like 5 times a second, probably even more. It's probably the most side button heavy game, unless you don't have side buttons bound for builds, but most people do. Love the Strider and hate my Saturn Pro. Does LGG have something like the Strider? Need the extra space? They used to have the pad called the Mercury, which was like a Heian clone, which was kind of similar. They still have the Venus and the Neptune. The Neptune, it doesn't have like the same type of texture, but it does have similar speed. I'd say that's maybe the one to consider from LGG. Why are we waiting so long for Stormbreaker Max? Yeah, that's why I don't know. And that's why so many times when I get asked like when I'm going to review a mouse, it's like whenever the mouse is ready, whenever it makes its way to me. I do not control Ponage's schedule. Review the REA FCC1. Did it get like canceled or whatever? But then somebody offered to sell me one. I should have taken them up on that offer. My Helios had bad creaking that developed on the first battery charge. That's interesting. Yeah, I just didn't like it. It was one of those mice that I could never put my hand on, like why I just don't like it. But then I got the S2, and it all made sense because it's not actually an S2. I feel like the Type 99 keeps going up in mousepad speed charts. I mean, that's the whole thing with like graphing speed. The results are going to be pretty inconsistent unless there's like new batch variants. But yeah, like if you're using, let's say, a ULX small with like Jade Air skates on a Type 99, it's not going to play like just a mud pad. That's what I would say. Do you use a wrist rest? No. Thoughts on the G Pro X Super Late 2 Dex? It's a top ergo mouse, but it's definitely pricey. Like, it's not for a majority of the market. But Logitech just wanted to make an ergo based off the Super Light, and I think they did pretty well. I think it's not perfect. Speaking of X-Ray Pad, what happened to them? Haven't heard them release a hyped mousepad in a while. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I feel like so many pads are coming out of X-Ray Pad's factory as well. They just don't seem to care about the main brand stuff as much. But the Heavy B is maybe, I still feel like it's an underrated pad. But I haven't seen many reviews on it. It is interesting. X-Ray Pad's probably one of the most underrated companies. But then again, their prices always wind up being somewhat high, like after shipping's considered. Play Fortnite would be great content. Like half of the viewers would leave immediately if I loaded up Fortnite. But I've always considered streaming Fortnite, but honestly, god damn, my chat is going crazy. But yeah, it's just I'm not a game streamer is what it comes down to. Can we get Boardsy album reviews? Probably not. You know, that whole music reviewing thing, it's a skill of its own. Play solitaire. That would be interesting. Do it for once? I should try it at some point, but would I even play like creative? I feel like in game, my game would just feel like shit, and that would just bother me so much. Stream Fortnite Mondays. See, that does have a nice ring to it. Yo, Joeyfus with the $5. What's the best ergo? 19.5 by 10 hands. Viper V3 makes my hand cramp. Best ergo. I would say Vaxi E1, GPX Dex, Death Adder V3 Pro. Those would probably be the ones to consider, presuming budget is not a concern, but the Pulsar X-Lite V3 is probably one of the better value ergos. ATK Z1, I don't know. Is blood burning in the skates or what? Why is he moving the mouse? I just do it. I just move my mouse around. If I have a mouse in my hand, it's going to be moved. How's the glass experience so far? It's pretty good. Didn't you do a Fortnite LGBT box fight map? Yeah, and it got taken down. That was like insane. And that made me realize that the Fortnite map game, it is a serious thing. It's a serious thing. I personally love the Thorn. Yeah, the Thorn is another option as well if you want something a bit smaller than the Dex, like kind of similar. Any way to enter giveaway without having Twitter? For this giveaway, now. Generally, though, I don't know. I haven't done a YouTube giveaway in a while. Because the thing is, like, whenever I would do YouTube giveaways, I swear the winner would always be from Indonesia or the Philippines, and I would just wind up wasting, not wasting, but spending a lot of money to get them their winnings. So with Twitter, it's like, sometimes it'll be Europe, but usually it's not like Southeast Asia. Sword X is my love. That's another one that never gets talked about. Then again, I feel like they kind of fucked up the coatings and the side buttons, but yeah, Sword X is a solid like magnesium lightweight ergo option. Best 19 by 10 light ambi. Super light one right now. Maybe like the Maya X. If you're comfortable with the super light shape, it'll be an easy transition, lighter. Do you watch any esports scene besides Fortnite? Like major events for Valorant? Yes. CS, not really. Maybe like the event of the year, I'll watch it, like Katowice or whatever. But yeah, not really. Not a big esports fan. I enjoy real sports more. That's what it comes down to. I understand a lot of gamers, they were not raised in a world where real sports were a thing, somehow. I prefer the V2 over the V3 Pro. I said it. Yeah, I mean, if you prefer flatter mice, that makes sense. It's not like the tech leap is anything, like, game-changing. Where are you getting the Mad R for $33.95? I don't think it's that cheap, but on AliExpress you can find it, I think, $52. Based take. Why watch when you can play? Exactly. Like, I can't be an NBA player. Sure, I could play basketball, but I don't know. You can play games the same as anybody. Mouse box fight maps when? I don't know. I saw like Barbershop Tycoon had like 5,000 players yesterday. And I was like, yeah, Fortnite's, I just don't understand Fortnite map making. Like, who are the 5,000 people playing Barbershop Tycoon? Clearly, 5,000 of them are out there. Bully Ninjutsu to release more AK dongles. That one company bought them all. Yeah, I saw Piranha mouse ones. They had to have had some, like, agreement made. There's no way they, like, ordered all of them. But yeah, I saw the dongle also came in this, like, comically large, like, plastic tube. Like, what is Ninjutsu doing? Does any fruit get the Boardsy seal of approval? Yeah, there are plenty of fruits I like. You're putting me on the spot like this. I can only think of, like, strawberries and pineapple as fruits that I really like. A blueberry's good. Raspberries. See, something's happened to raspberries in recent years. It's much harder to find them at reasonable prices in good quality. Passion fruit goated? Yeah, I live near, like, Brooklyn, Chinatown, so there's all of these, like, exotic fruits, but I never interact with them much. Have you tried Optimum's Mouse? I tried an early version, but I haven't tried the like more recent ones. I didn't like want to main it or anything. Skyrock's still worth it for the price. It's really good, presuming you want a lightweight mouse with this like Pulsar X2H Mini style shape. I just realized I'm like losing my voice because I'm not drinking any water. Love my X, but I get cramps on my hands. I very rarely ever get any type of hand pain from a mouse, but I just don't understand how you could get it with such a basic shape like the My X. That would be like saying you get hand pain from like a GPX. It just doesn't make sense to me, but you know, hands are hands. I think everyone would enjoy a casual Fortnite stream. I should probably do one eventually. You should try it, Boardsy. Sweet and sour. But I just like don't even know what I'd play. I'd probably want to play like Zone Wars or box fights with viewers. I just like cannot imagine myself sitting like playing a solo ranked game on stream. Like I'm not fucking Oliver OG. Speaking of solo ranked, what am I at? Like 50% into champion? I'm cooked. My dad bought a Superlight 2 for work. Uses it rarely. What does he use instead? Or does he just like not work? It's an interesting question. I got pain from Logitech Pro X, not Maya X. It just like doesn't even make sense to me unless the weight is giving you the pain, but I doubt that. Weekly Fortnite stream? That seems like a tough ask. I'd say monthly is more likely. Considering the current pace is like one a year, if we could get one a month, that would be like a 12x increase. What's your favorite shoe silhouette? The Air Force One is like the only one that works for me. Because I have weird, like, large feet that just, I don't know, not many shoe options when you have like size 15 feet. I'm thinking Death Hour V3 Pro Soft Touch 8K, but waiting to see what Pulsar X3 G703 clone has to offer. Viper's too narrow forces me a fingertip. Yeah, I'd say waiting for the X3 is not a bad idea. Especially at that point, maybe the Death Hour V3 Pro will be on some type of sale. But I appreciate the $5. Also, I mean, GPX Dex maybe. That might be a bit too large. I think I have 21 by 11 hands. I think micro adjustments make me cramp. That's interesting. I mean, it's like, I feel like then a really small mouse would fuck you over a lot. What's an alternative to Final Mouse? WO Mouse, the Arbiter Akitsu. WO Mouse, they really have all three sizes alternatives, so that's probably the most direct one. Make a Fortnite montage. Like, and post it? No. Like, I include clips and reviews every now and then. But sometimes, like, I'll just put gameplay in a video, and it doesn't get commented on. It doesn't make the video perform any better. And I'm like, is there really a point of putting gameplay in the video? But I think there probably is. Akitsu is super small, though. Yeah, it's like a Final Mouse smaller alternative. It's not close to the medium shape. It's really closer to the small. But how do you feel about the Maya X? I think it's really good. I don't think it's hands down the only mouse worth buying on the market. But, I mean, it's just like a good GPX alternative is kind of where I'd put it. Would the Type 99 Plus Obsidian skates be muddy? Probably close to it. It would be heavily controlled, like higher friction. I don't know if it would have like a super dense muddy feeling necessarily, but it would get you close. Is there a mouse close to a G303 Shroud Edition? Absolutely nothing. It's kind of interesting. PMM Zen 8K thoughts. Will you try it? V3 Pro mod kit. I have the Neo 8K. I don't know about the Zen 8K. I'm just like, 3D printed mice really bore me. I don't know why. It's just like, it seems like there's like unlimited potential. They're so light, it should be exciting, but I just like, I'm never moved by 3D printed mice. Maybe I just need to try more. That's what it comes down to. Lag Zero VR with the $2. Much appreciated. I'm using a Pulsar X2V2 upgraded. Should I upgrade? I don't know what that means. You're using it upgraded. Like a modded? Like skates and stuff? Should you upgrade? You might. There might be mice on the market that would be better fits for you. But if you're enjoying it, performs well, it's good quality, you don't need to upgrade, I'd say. Why pay more for less? I mean, at that rate, why isn't everybody buying like 150 gram, like $10 mice on AliExpress? You're still live? I know, it's crazy, right? Actually, no, an hour 40. This is normally This is normally around my streams, like an hour and a half to 2 hours. But last week, it was just an hour because there was like so much fucking knocking on my door. My dogs were freaking out. I was like, oh, something's probably happening. But nothing was happening. And after I ended the stream, I was like, God damn, let us see the dog. If he came up and like wanted to come on my desk, I would have let him. But he's just like running around right now. Start streaming for 4 hours? Yeah, that's just not me. And it's like, I understand how some people can like casually play a game for 4 hours, but I'm just like reading chats every second. It's just like 4 hours of that would be crazy. Eventually questions would stop coming, maybe. How are we doing, boss? Hope you're okay. I'm doing great. Doing well. The Jets play at 4 p.m., so after I end stream, I'm going to probably go get lunch, watch the New York Football Jets, and test some mice. You know, what a Sunday. How much better could a Sunday be? What kind of breed is Rex? He's a skipper key. I've had in my life now 4 purebred skipper keys, and they're the top mouse. I don't even know the equivalent of dog breeds. Try playing Zone Wars and answering mouse-related questions between rounds. Whenever, I'll tell you what happens when I stream Fortnite, I'll just like box up and I'll just read chat. I just won't even pay attention. Somebody will be like pickaxing my wall. I'll just like hold my wall while I'm still reading chat. It's just like, because I'm really just a chat reader. I'm a person helper. I'm playing Fortnite for myself. It doesn't do too much for me on stream. Is your dog mid, soft, or X soft? I'd argue probably close to X soft because they really do have a lot of like fur, like many inches of fur. So this definitely does provide some cushioning. The world if Bortzy answered every question. I answer as many questions as I can. I'm staying up late, 3:05. That's the second person I've seen who said 3 a.m. Where are you guys at? Like Southeast Asia, I'd imagine? Yeah, that's a big time difference. We appreciate the help. Happy to help. Ever got blazed and played some Fortnite? Many a time, possibly. Or maybe never. My dad says hi. Hello to your dad who uses a G Pro X Superlight, according to a previous comment. Malaysia. What a country. I've never been, surprisingly, if you can believe it. But I'd like to include it in my tour of Asia. Maybe if I go to like Singapore. Those countries are close, right? Maybe. I'm from Kauai. It's 10 p.m. Damn, that's a great country to be from. There's really some global diversity in the chat. Viper V2 Pro worth getting for 50? Somebody said this earlier, I think. Or no, they said X2H for 50. Yeah, Viper V2 Pro for 50 is pretty good. And especially if you want a flatter feeling mouse. 3 a.m. for me, and I'm in Western Australia. Shout out to that. Are you in the Outback? Do you have any viewers from the Australian Outback? Western Australia. I can't even think of a city on the west. Is that... Fuck, I almost typed in Adelaide. I don't even know where that is. Shout out to Australia, though. New Skypad? Like the designs? I thought the Twins one was meh. Perth? Perth is on the west? Oh, is it like on the top left? This might make sense. Adelaide is the south. Interesting. Wow. Lots of... Where's Rocket Jump Ninja from? Does anybody know? Does he have like a distinct accent? New Zealand seems weird, though. Bortzy, are you him? I guess. That's what a lot of... Like, when I play... This is funny. When I play, like, ranked reload with randoms on Fortnite, my teammate will always be, like, some, like, 10, 12-year-old, and he'll be like, you're him, bro, you're him. So, maybe I'm him. Maybe I'm him. He sounds Aussie? Well, he's certainly Australian. This much has been confirmed. But, I don't know beyond that. Why are you anti-sleeve? I just don't like being forced to put a sleeve on. I think sleeves introduce new issues like hand moisture increases. And if I don't have to wear a sleeve, why would I? Like, I don't even... Like, when I played baseball, I didn't wear batting gloves. Like, this shit means something to me. I'm not going to put on a sleeve to play a video game. Like, come on now. Sleeves equals femboys. Like, yes, this is the energy that I'm trying to get at. Yo, just came from the giveaway. Happy that the giveaway could do that for you. But how is it going? What mouse should I get for Fort if I don't want a G Pro? Are you like price? Does the price matter? A Fortnite Pro asked me for like a ton of mouse recommendations. I recommended like 10 mice. and he settled on the Beast X Max. So if you want like something really light, maybe Beast X Max, Maya X. Did your Beast X have creaking and wobbly clicks? Not at all. Like my OG Batch 1 Beast X had like some quality issues, like minor creaking and side button issues, but beyond that, no. And like my Fabulous Beast X has like some of the best Omron optical quality I've ever felt. Do metal mice scratch glass pads? Metal mouse skates? Or just like having a... Because the mouse itself isn't going to affect the mouse pad, but the skates, they would. Yuki Katana / Kitsune feels lower friction in my Skypad 4.0 and my hand sticks. Less interesting. I don't know how that compares to the Beast Pad. But I would imagine, like, just knowing what I know about Yuki and their past products, I doubt it's anything unique. I feel like it's probably just a clone of something else on the market, but I don't know what that would be. Apologize for my feminine 18:9 hands. I should be next on your list. You should absolutely... What the hell? That's a crazy question. I thought you were going to ask, like, what mouse for 18:9 hands? What is a bisex? Like, bisexual? Beast X? Is that what you heard, maybe? Yukiim is just for the artwork. Yukiim, they're a company with a lot of followers now. Do you recommend glass mouse pads? I'm like... I don't know, I'm in the middle of my glass mouse pad experiment. Like, obviously they're fine. Like, you can perform on them. I just feel like there's a craze for, like, spending over $100 on a slab of glass. And the idea that it will make you a better player than you ever were on cloth. I don't buy into that much. You use no sleeve on glass. That is correct. And they're starting... See, the glass mousepad market is starting to account for me with the Beast mousepad. Is a sleeve necessary for your glass mousepad? I'm not making one, but the one I'm using currently, no. Some of the ones I use, yes. And I still use it without a sleeve anyways. My first Beast X had a little side flex. Somehow it went away with age. Not sure why. Maybe all the grease. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like a QC issue will go away with time. If you tried a resin pen, no. Oh, I thought you meant like a weed pen. Resin pad. I have, but I don't like them. Or the weed pens. No sleeve is crazy? It's really not. Like for like a Serapad, yeah. For a Skypad 4.0, not really. People say Wallhack is the best. Well, Wallhack was first. I wouldn't really say they're the best by a wide margin, even if you call them the best. Pulsar just keeps fucking sending me emails about their sleeves. Yeah, it's the thing. Sleeves are... I don't feel like sleeves are an item that's really been explored either. You need to try the ultralight kit for GPX. It's insane. I don't... Every time I've tried lighter GPXs in the past, which, I mean, GPX has been out since 2020. It's been a lot of times. I just never like it more than the standard one. Skypad was first. True. They like, revitalized it. Because glass pads did exist a while ago with, like, SteelSeries, the Ice Mat. Why does Endgame Gear's latest Switch require a debounce delay? They don't. If you're talking about the slider in the... like software, that doesn't affect like the response time of the switches. Borzy, you're so pretty. I appreciate that comment. G Pro 2 or Viper V3 Pro? I mean, it's like both of them are great, really. Maybe Viper V3 Pro is like a better, like modern buy, but you know, either or, you'll probably wind up performing the same. Got a great mouse. Not gonna lie, the sleeve is gay, but the experience is way better. I don't even believe that. Like, I tried the I tried the sleeve on my Hien, a few glass pads, the new Pulsar sleeve, and I just, like, when I have it on, I just want to get it off. It's very interesting. A successor for the Cooler Master MP510? Not many, there aren't many pads similar, like Cordura pads. They have the MP511, but I don't think that's very good. Does the new Hottie S is good. The HTS2? It's pretty good. Like, it's good for a super lightweight mouse, but it's nothing that I really use every day. It has higher sensor position. Is Skyrox the best budget gaming mouse? I mean, for the price, the VXE Mad R is probably better, but it's definitely up there, Skyrox. Because that, you pretty much get more or less the experience of a $100 mouse for $70. Wearing a gaming sleeve is like wearing a condom while you goon. That is a crazy message. Did you see Infinity Mice glass pad for $90? I didn't. I can believe it exists, though, because everybody and their mother is releasing a glass mousepad. Thoughts on glass mousepad for now? I mean, I guess this go-around, I'm liking it more than I did in the past, and that's mostly because of all of the new skate options and the fact that I actually have a surface I don't need a sleeve for. No, the Hottie S Ultra, I mean. Well, I don't know. I don't have it. That's what really... That stops me from having an opinion on it. If G-Wolf sends it to me, I'll be happy to think about it. Thoughts on the Dharma Shark M5 Shark, the fish head or whatever for the... What's the price? How big are the Dharma Shark sales? I mean, if something's at like a fucking giveaway price, I'd say probably go for it. Thoughts on the upcoming magnesium mouse from Pulsar? The Ergo one, I don't really care about it. Pulsar's fingertip mouse, I am looking forward to. Wait, are we shilling glass now? I'm down. I need to spend more money? No, not yet. Not just yet. I'm in the middle of a 2-week glass mouse pad. I was looking for a better word than experiment, but I couldn't think of one. It's an experiment. And I'm liking it. A bit. I'm not loving it more than cloth, but, I'm putting up with it. Is there any mouse that's like a Viper V2 Pro, but with flat sides? Like a similar... I don't know. It's a good question. I don't think there's a similar, like, FK-style shape with flat sides. 2-week suffering session. Yeah, I will say it's not as bad as I originally thought. Like, I was surprised that I was, playing Fortnite fine with the ULX competition and like a speed glass pad. I just thought I'd be like shit, but not as shit as I thought I'd be. Hypothesis. It's not really a hypothesis. I do appreciate the attempt though. HyperX Haste? God, that's a series I forgot about. Have you used the new HTR? Yeah, I used the G-Wolves HTR for a bit. I didn't love it. I tried it with the G-Wolves Clay, but it's not something I really stuck with. But it's a decent fingertip mouse. Who would even buy the Magnesium G502? Yeah, didn't they make like an aluminum one that they aren't selling? I wish I could get that. Hitscan. Is that actually Hitscan in the chat? Hi, Bortsy. What shape should we make next? That's a good question. If it's really Hitscan. Even if it's not, it's a good question. What shape like really hasn't... Maybe like... I don't know if ZA13 would really be like commercially popular or successful, but that's one. But I mean, if you just mean not based off a mouse, like a unique style of shape, I don't know. Maybe like something large and unique. Because I feel like you seem like a chill guy. When's the last time you crashed out? I don't know. I don't think I've had a recent crash out. But back to the Hitscan question. I think like maybe something in the size of Maya X, but like asymmetrical. I think asymmetrical medium-sized mice might be where the future's at. Real Hitscan. Yes, real Hitscan in the chat. Do you rage at games? No. That, like, at some point, especially with Fortnite, I stopped caring. It's like, I can die in the most insane way, and my face is, I'm just going to keep a straight face. But, like, sometimes I got, like, frustrated. Oh, yeah, one of my teammates was just playing, like, shit on COD. Like, one of my friends, I just like, what's wrong with you? Something along those lines. You seem like you've never raged ever? That's certainly not true. When I was 14, I punched a hole in my wall over NBA 2K. I was playing rec with randoms, and my teammate just missed a game-winning shot. I just punched a hole in my wall. I don't know what was wrong with me when I was a jit. But yeah, there was that incident. And then from there, I learned. I was like, you don't fucking punch holes in the walls over video games. 2K17, great game. I wish I was that wall. What do you think of fingertip-only mice? Surprisingly, I'm not a big fan of them. I just feel like the fingertip experience on like a small, low-profile mouse, like let's say ULX, even like Hitscan Hyperlight's a really good fingertip mouse. Now we have Hitscan in here. I just enjoy that for fingertip more. Is the Londa Blitz a good mousepad? It's very good. It's just the availability rather, is shaky. I died 3 times by a car falling on me in Fortnite. Yeah, at the beginning of the season, I think the first 2 days of the season, I traded with people like 5 times. And I was looking it up. It didn't seem like people were complaining about it. So I was like, is it just me? Is my connection somehow bad? But that was really weird, and it seems to be happening a bit less. But I mean, one time I was getting stink bombed and fucking C4'd on Fortnite this season. I was like, yeah, this is a good meta. Do you wrist aim or arm aim? I feel like most people do a mix of both. Certainly not wrist exclusive. Probably a bit more arm, I guess. Bought an OLED monitor. I didn't like it. Thinking about buying a Zowie monitor, Diac. Well, which OLED did you buy? There are bad OLEDs and there are good ones. This one I'm on, the Sony InZone M10S with 480 hertz. It's like really, really good. But I've also like fucked up the color settings by enabling like the FPS Pro mode or whatever. I know your question was about Zowie. I don't think their panels are like great, but they do just have like the Zowie esports branding, and Diac is a pretty good feature. Fortnite is a goofy game. Yeah, I would say there's a lot of unserious things that happen. Ever mess with ultra wides or not really? Not at all. Is there muscle memory in Fortnite? Yeah, like a ton of it. I'd say like just building and mechanics in general are like very muscle memory heavy. What do you think of Optimum's new video on the budget OLED? Did that like drop this morning? I think I watched like a minute, then just clicked off because I just like, no hate, but I just don't care about like worse monitors than I have. Have you tried Mouse Excel? Yeah, a few years ago I went through a like raw Excel phase and I just determined it wasn't great. And now some companies are bringing it back with like mouse sensor features. I'm gonna rewatch your Valorant VCT vid. Enjoy it. People seem to like that video. I made one on Fortnite and it didn't quite perform the same. Opinion on zero build players? I just don't enjoy it as much. Like with Fortnite, if you have max builds and you're a better player, like anything's possible. Like you're just gonna dominate. Zero build, it's like much more neutered, much more positional. But it's still like if you're good at builds, you're gonna be good at zero build. But I don't think like zero build only players. That's a weird phenomenon to me. Zero builds is like taking out the Fortnite from Fortnite. Exactly. And they kind of like they try to compensate with like unique mobility items and like Port-a-Fort stuff like that, but it just doesn't feel the same. Wish the US had more PC peripheral stores instead of Micro Center. Yeah, Micro Center is probably the best we have. But yeah, it's just true. Like if there was a display the level like that there is in Japan at some of these stores, like people would just steal everything. So that is what it is. Isn't zero build more for casuals? They have like zero build like competitive tournaments, but yeah, I would imagine the player base is more casual, but it's not like noob only. Like there's a competitive meta. Do you have Fortnite earning? No, sadly, not any recent earnings. When was the last time you played Valorant? Do I even have it installed right now? Do I? I have the Riot client. Do I have Valorant, though? Am I missing it somewhere? I don't think I have it. Oh, yeah. Valorant over here, next to small claims evidence. Thoughts on Piranha mouse mods? I've been getting asked so much about 3D printed mice. I just don't like them. I never have. But it seems, are they like more popular than they've been? Why don't you stream yourself playing games? Because when I stream, I enjoy answering questions and reading chat. Mixing that in with like playing games, it just doesn't sound fun. Like if I want to play a game, I'm just gonna like do that. If I want to stream, I'm gonna stream. Maybe I should mix them. Do you use any aim trainers? And if so, what do you enjoy the most? I'm like a Kovacs. I'm a Kovacs shill till I die. I don't fucking touch anything else. Any news on the Zebra Zero? Nah, none at all, sadly. But I will ask. I haven't asked in a while, which is potentially why there's no news. You should try more Valorant when you're bored of Fortnite. Even when I'm bored of Fortnite, it's like getting on another game will just remind me why I only play Fortnite. So maybe I could load up Valorant just to not enjoy it a few times. What mics to check on 1111 AliExpress sale? If there's anything great, I'll make a video tomorrow, but I don't know. Like I don't know what's happening in advance. Wait, isn't it 1111 already in China? Has this happened already? Wait, I've hit the 2-hour mark? God damn, I've just been time's flying when you're having fun and had a lot of caffeine before the stream. How do skates hold up on glass pads? It's going to eat through them, yeah, but I'm just testing so many different mice, and in some cases I'll just like swap off skates pretty relatively quickly as well. So for my case, it's not something massively noticeable, but if you only use one mouse, you will go through more skates. And the thinning, like skates gradually getting thinner over time, this will affect the consistency for all of the people who are like glass pads, they feel the same forever. Shocking stream length, indeed. But yeah, I think, wait, never mind. It says 1 hour, 59 minutes, 35 seconds. We got to go for like 20 more seconds. Chicken or lamb over rice for halal? Definitely lamb. I used to, like outside of my high school, there was this cart, a halal cart. I would get the lamb salad a lot with white sauce and hot sauce. It's a great meal, thinking back at it. This is where I leave. Bye. Peace out, Elliot. The stream will be ending soon regardless. But thank you for stopping by. What's your favorite NTech skate? Probably the polyacetal. Maybe the Ultim. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like obsessed with putting those on every mouse. What does a texture actually do to a mouse pad? It's just like, it would be, I don't understand the question. Like it just changes the, that's a crazy question. I might have to end the stream with that one. What does the texture actually do to a mouse pad? It like exists. It changes the way the glide's going to feel. Changes the way it's going to feel on your arm. It's like, what does the texture do on a shirt? Why do people prefer texture over smooth? Oh, because of feedback, like on skates generally. Because with texture, if you have a faster pad, but it has like texture, this can just help you control it. Favorite leftist mouse? I don't know if there's any mouse that would pass like leftism, like values, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be all for this stream. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. It was a fantastic time. Thank you guys for all of your donations, your intelligent questions, and so forth. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Respect your elders. Be kind to people, and all of that.